George Soros has been quietly working behind the scenes for decades, but now he has a new goal, and it's a very dangerous one. The liberal billionaire has been spending the last few years financing the campaigns of far-left prosecutors with the goal of transforming how laws are enforced, or rather not enforced. Now, Soros backs the Justice and Public Safety PAC, which works hand in hand with the Justice Collaborative, a liberal group that advocates not prosecuting serious crimes. And this group also likens incarceration to slavery. According to a May 2018 investigation by the LA Times, Soros pumped in at least $2.7 million into 4 California DA races back in 2018. The paper also reported that Soros spent more than $16 million in 17 county races across the country since 2014. And Soros' local election spending spree, well, it didn't stop there. This year, he's targeting 2 Virginia counties, not far from where we're broadcasting from tonight. Joining me now are 2 candidates he is trying to take out. Jonathan Fahey, candidate for the Office of Commonwealth's Attorney for Fairfax County, and Nicole Whitman, Chief Deputy Commonwealth's Attorney for Loudoun County. All right, Jonathan, what kind of candidates does Soros back in Virginia? We already lost a great Commonwealth attorney in Theo Stamos, who's finishing up her year, but she was unseated for someone who has no experience. But what's going on here? What kind of candidates is he supporting? Well, in my race in Fairfax County, I'm running because the incumbent Ray Morrow, the Democrat, was defeated in the primary thanks to $500,000 by George Soros. But the types of candidates he's financing are candidates. My opponent has never tried a case in Virginia courts. He's a tax lawyer, and he's running on this, what they call it, criminal justice reform. But it's essentially the underlying theme is to delegitimize our entire system. And he's running on ideas of not prosecuting certain crimes, that all of our whole system's not legitimate, including the police. Yeah. So I want to put up the dossier, or little. It's a resume of no talent. Sorry, resume of little experience. So this is your opponent, Steve Descano. Okay, Descano. That was Descano. So he graduated law school in 2010. He never tried a case, as you said, in Virginia. He had a brief stint as a federal prosecutor, but in the criminal tax division. And on his website, it says he'll develop metrics that flag areas of systemic discrimination and implement solutions to fix those inequalities. We know when they say criminal justice reform, that what they really mean, Nicole, is not prosecute entire categories of crime, just as we've been enjoying a declining violent crime rate. So what does this mean for localities? A Commonwealth's attorney, people don't know what that means. That's the most important prosecutor in an entire large swath. Your county, Loudoun County, is one of the most important counties in the country, as is Fairfax County.
Right. Well, what it means is that you have prosecutors who are now not interested in community safety. They're not interested in victims' rights. They're not interested in protecting our communities. What they're interested in is weaponizing these local prosecutors' office to try to push their social agenda.
So it's bypassing the state legislature.
Exactly right.
And trying to effect policy change through executive prioritization or executive action. Do I have that correct?
That's exactly right. They're going to do selective prosecution. They're not going to prosecute certain theft offenses. They're not going to prosecute violent crimes in schools. They're not going to prosecute drug offenses. And so what that causes is a dangerous atmosphere in the community and lack of community safety.
Now, tell us what the Krasner effect is. People don't maybe know, outside of Philly, who Larry Krasner is, a candidate for for Philadelphia DA supported by Soros. What's happened since he took office in, I guess, early 2018?
That's a great question, and it's really helpful for the voters in Fairfax County and Loudoun County to know, because George Soros candidate Larry Krasner was elected in Philadelphia as a district attorney, and since then, in 2018, the murder rate went up 10%, and that might not seem like a lot unless you're one of the 35 people that lost a mother, a father, a son, a brother. And it's amazing. This has happened when crime has been going down other places, and Philadelphia is a total disaster.
It's a complete nightmare.
Yeah, the cops and the prosecutors are at war with each other. And that's what my opponent wants to bring to Fairfax County, which is remarkable. We have the safest large county in America, and he wants to bring Philadelphia to Fairfax County, and it's like, we have a great Commonwealth's attorney, we have a great police department, we should keep it that way.
People around the country, I want to really emphasize this. We talk a lot on this show about national politics, and it's important. You know, there's an impeachment war going on, we have budget fights, we have about military deployments in faraway countries. This is all important, and we cover it. But you must occasionally drill down to what's happening on the local and state level, because this is where all the mischief is made, not only with your tax dollars, but it affects the safety I think the overall sense of community where you live. And I'm telling you, Nicole, I look at Kim Foxx in Chicago, another Soros-supported city attorney. Do we have to remember that she was given in 2016 $300,000 created to elect her?
Right.
Soros is responsible for Kim Foxx in Chicago.
He's buying elections. What he's doing is he's putting a lot of money into these local races where typically, for example,
where he doesn't live. He doesn't live. His family doesn't live. It's everyone else has to deal with increased crime rates.
This is not about public safety. He's not concerned with what happens in Loudoun County, with whether mothers are murdered or children are raped. He doesn't care about that. He is buying puppets who he is putting into office to push his agenda. And that's exactly what now in Fairfax, in Arlington, and in Loudoun County, where it used to be, you know, $20,000, $30,000 used to be what a candidate would have to spend.
Right.
Now you're looking at millions of dollars.
People have to understand, this is in Fairfax and Loudoun County. Happened to Arlington, happened in Philly, happened in Chicago. This is going to come to a locality near you. Now, the people of Loudoun, people of Fairfax, I think they're going to make the right decisions. But you all got to hit hard. You can't. There's no patty cake with Soros. You got to call it what it is. It's an open door for criminals in these counties if you elect these Soros people. Fahey and Whitman. Remember those names. I expect great things from both of you. Jonathan, Nicole, thanks so much.
Thank you, Laura.
Thank you.